Hi guys, it's Olthar here and today we are going to paint like in the 90s. The style of the 90s comics was very aggressive, full of details. You can find realistic and not realistic details. It can look absurd and over the top, and this is what I like most of it. The colors are very strong and I wanted to paint like this since when I was a child. To develop this method I took great inspiration from the work of Eugene Barbanets. This guy has somehow reverse engineered the painting method of Simon Beasley, and if you want to find more you can follow his channel on YouTube. To begin with, I'm going to prime my miniature, make a strong focal point with a lot of white of course, and painted the rest of the model without leaving too dark spots on it. I want to see the base model like white paper, more or less, so I kinda avoid to leave extremely dark areas. After that you are going to use a fine liner, make sure it's waterproof, and the tip is 0.05, which is one of the finer you can get. Apply your lines and sketch all the shapes that may be on your muscles, on your weapons, little scratches, fiber of your muscle like a nunez on the shoulder, veins, everything very loosely. Don't be too precise, don't follow too much the anatomy book or etc. Just play with it. Add even more details than you need to. Also you can sketch some shadows like I did on the forearm. Add also outlines around maybe the knuckles, also around the muscles. You can find a full video about how I painted this guy on another video, if you are brave enough to watch me drawing basically all the process. You can switch to your brush and correct some mistakes, select some shapes. To do that I'm using ivory instead of white, because it's a smoother color, it flows better, so I prefer using ivory from Vallejo for this step. White is too chalky sometimes, even the best white I have. Now with black you can increase your dark lines, you can increase some shadows and reach some areas hard to paint with the fine liner. Anyway, this is just the sketching part and you can do it freely also with your brush. Just make sure to not cover the details that you like basically. Go inside the recesses really freely. As you can see me painting the tubes, I'm not even following every creases, I'm just applying color following the direction of the tubes. You need to design your own shapes, don't follow too much the sculpt. In the end you are going to paint colors upon it, of course, and you even can't recognize what is sculpted and what is painted in some little areas, I can assure you. Okay, now with ivory I'm just refining the what I did so far. A little bit more attention here. Of course, everyone has its own style, so be yourself when you draw, basically, this drawing, and have fun. You can paint it with more details if you want to apply more details, of course. Here I'm adding another edge to the mask, which isn't sculpted, and this is the final result. Now we are going to cover the whole drawing and sketch with washes. We will define the original volumes of the miniature this way, and also applying some atmosphere. I want my mini to look in a fiery environment, rusty and full of blood. So I'm going to use a dark and warm red for this, and cover everything with this layer. Some details may get lost, but it's totally normal. Make sure to keep the paint thin where you don't want to cover your previous work. So now I'm preparing a wash with ink and matte varnish to avoid the glossiness for the skin. Skin is full of veins, which is the green, and blood, which is of course the red, so it's good to start with a wash when you paint skin to have an underpaint really vibrant, because red and green are complementary colors, so it will be also a very nice result. Another wash, this time even more darker to increase the volumes. If you mix two complementary colors, you will obtain a desaturated and dark color. This will add also some kind of definition if you think about it, and blends. So now I'm mixing three colors, one black, which is the base, and red oxide plus Russian blue. Those will work like a tap basically. The more red I add, the warmer it will get. The more blue I'll add, the colder. I'm applying this black, which will look like a very dark purple on the leather surfaces, the mask, the gun, and the backpack. Here I'm mixing my skin tone. I'm going to create a gradient from a dark brownish green color to a green to a more desaturated yellowish highlights color basically. I'm showing you how to do this, starting with a very dark brown. Then go up with the values until you get your midtones and highlights. I'm also preparing a tone for the shadow that I will glaze in the most dark areas. I'm using orange and yellow to add saturation to my colors. The end result will look more desaturated because I wanted it so, but at the moment it's okay to start with this progression. I've also made a few tests on paper to check my skin tone. And now we can just applying our colors. Of course, you don't have to start from the darker, you get a color in the middle of our gradient and start building your volumes. Adding always lighter and lighter colors. It's an organic process, not very step by step. You apply the lighter colors over the darker basically. When you want to smooth them down, just apply a glaze of a dark color. You will have some of the previous work visible, some hidden, and then go up again. It's like a back and forward process. You can see here I'm painting details, then glazing a dark color upon them, then painting them again, and you will have always more and more stuff upon your miniature basically. I like this skin color. I think I will paint another orc very yellowish in the future. I want to take the chance to thank everyone for your support. It's really important. The channel is going good. I'm happy with it. The more you are, the more I can post new videos and content, and maybe increasing the quality. On the next video we are going to talk about how to add skin variations, which are very interesting and important. Also how to paint the mask and to blend with retarder medium, and we'll see how to finish and add atmosphere to the wall mini to make every element of the mini work together and in harmony. So see you soon and have fun!